Stick around. Muchas gracias, señor. How about I just leave that there? How's that? That's with it. Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, and our guest, we are in, thank you, sir. Congratulations, folks. This is the 21st century. It's a brilliant time to be alive. Because in our parents' and our grandparents' generations, the sky was the limit. But now, we're not limited to the sky anymore. Now, we're only limited to our imaginations. The universe has infinite possibilities. Thanks now to the web, all you have to do is create something and put it online. And everybody in the world can see it. 6.5 billion people in the world, and you have an opportunity to get in front of them. Gain their attention. Grow your product. Grow your offering. Grow your service. If you're a musician, the sky, actually no, the universe is the limit. Now, I have just said this thing because that is the way that the web and that is the way that online presentations are presented to folks in my shoes every single day. And that line is communicated to musicians all the time about how you can do anything. And it's not really all that true. Yes, you can do anything, but you can do anything is a really big promise that leads a lot of people astray. And leads a lot of people into thinking that if they just do one thing, then everything is going to happen for them. And that's not the way that it is. Here's the thing that our parents and our grandparents and every generation before that had to do to grow that we actually need to learn from. And it's the key to success. It's the key to ROI. ROI is return on investment. The thing that every generation prior to this generation has had to do is learn how to build really good relationships and provide something that benefits other people. Provide something that benefits others so that what other people do can benefit you. It's a reciprocal connection. We've gotten away from that as a whole, as a society, as a culture. Our limitless possibilities have made our focus on us. Have made our focus and the things that we do very me first and me centered. And this is what throws so many people off from being able to reach the goals that they have and become successful. And I'm going to submit to you today that relationship building is the key to success. Relationship building is the key to growth. Now, I'm going to present to you a few business facts as I go along tonight, because in the business space and in the creative space, there are a lot of correlations. There are a lot of things that go together, and we can learn from each other by what we do. I'm going to talk about radio airplay, because when we're talking about limitless possibilities, there's a lot of radio and a lot of media platforms that are available for artists to grow their platform, grow their music base. Hypebot.com says that there are 15,000 FM radio stations in the U.S. alone. Just in the U.S., not including everything that's in the world. iTunes says that there are 320,000 podcasts. This is a lot of opportunity. This is a gigantic swath of things to get your music onto so that you can grow and be successful and be awesome. So, what most artists do is they look at this massive number and go, well, I want to get on all those platforms. Well, here's what, I don't have enough time to contact them all directly. That's a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to make this one letter. I'm going to just start throwing it at all these people. And maybe it'll stick. And oh, I don't know how this is going to work, but hopefully it'll work. It doesn't work, folks. I know that because that's what I tried. And when things don't work and you try and they don't work, that's frustrating. So you can keep doing this thing that doesn't work, or you can change and you can learn to do something that does. So that's what I did. And I want to tell you about that in just a moment. So often, musicians and business people are trying to get people's attention. Attention doesn't matter. Here's why. Salesforce.com says it takes between 7 and 10 touches to convert someone from being somebody that knows about you to somebody that buys from you. Denise knows this. She's in the business space. Every other business person in here knows the same thing. So what that means is, if all you're trying to get is attention, It's going to take a lot of attention before someone will be converted from knowing who you are and in the music space, hearing one of your songs, to doing something with that and following you on social media, coming to your concerts and attending your gigs, and the ultimate pinnacle of a person engaging, buying your music. So, you can go for, give me attention, here's the same message to every single person, I don't know who you are and I don't care. You can do that. And we know how that goes. We know whether or not that works. 7 to 10 touches. People that sit in my position, people that do what I do. I create a radio program. It airs weekly. It's on 40 stations across the country and in a couple of international markets. People that do what I do, that run radio stations and radio programs. This is what our everyday looks like. We have a variety of different jobs that we do aside from the radio stuff. And with all of this work that we have, just listening to music isn't the biggest part of our job. But musicians think that's all we do. And so a lot of musicians do this thing. This is not what it means to write a general blanket message addressed to nobody, targeting no platform that goes out to a bunch of people. Looks like a guy trying to flip a bunch of pizzas at one time. Keep them all up in the air. For people that sit in my chair, we get these messages from people all the time that aren't addressed to us. They don't address the program that we have. We don't even know if they're a good fit for us because they don't tell us that. They just tell us this generic thing. Play my music, play my music, play my music. Now, at best, what you're going to get out of that is your song played one time, maybe a handful of times. Now remember the thing about touches leading to conversion? That's important. Because in the real world, Jamie's my friend. And when Jamie reaches out to me and says, hey, D. Grant, I've got this thing I'd like for you to look at it and tell me what you think about it, and how do you think it would fit with what you're doing? I'm going to pay attention to Jamie because I know Jamie. Jamie's my friend. A stranger that I don't know, that sends me stuff and doesn't address me by name and takes no interest at all in what I do, how much attention am I going to pay to them? So musicians, think about that. How much attention are you going to be getting from people who you don't pay any attention to and you offer nothing for? You haven't reached out and tried to build a relationship with them. You haven't tried to make a connection with them. You haven't tried to be their friend. We will give our friends gold. We will not accept strangers. We will not accept candy from strangers. Remember when we were little kids, we were playing outside, and our parents said, if a stranger offers you candy, you turn it down and run away. Strangers who offer free music hardly get picked up. Friends who offer something more get noticed. There's an empirical study on the web that says that the average person in 2013, their attention span is 8 seconds. 8 seconds. They also did a study that showed that the average goldfish attention span is 9 seconds. So think about that for a second. For all this that we're doing, trying to get people's attention, and it means what again? Goldfish do better at gaining attention than we do. So instead of attention, seek a relationship. Seek a friendship. Seek a connection with a human being that you value what they do and they value what you do. And here's what you get out of it if you're a musician. This is how you get the opportunity to go from completely unknown to known. From an audience that is just the people that you know to an audience that includes these other people who are connected to this platform. Because they're not only playing your music, they're talking about you. And they're showcasing you, and they're interviewing you, and they want you to succeed because they like you. I wrote this book, The DIY Musician's Handbook. And I wrote it because I wanted to address this problem. It is a big problem. And I'm not the only one that faces it. I talk to a lot of people in the radio world. A lot of people that do what I do. Who make programs, who make radio stations, who run radio stations, who run blogs. And so much of what we do, we want to build connections with other people because that's why we make radio in the first place. We make radio to tell stories, to tell other people's stories, to showcase the things that we like. And more than anything, we want to build relationships with people. And we want that to start with the artist because it's their music that we're playing. I'm not the only one that feels this way. And this book is full of those stories. Here's what this is about. It's not just about, hey, here's how you can get your music on the radio. This is about how to build relationships, because I firmly believe that the difference that will be made in the success and growth of the next generation of creators and business owners and platform makers is those who are able to build strong relationships and strong connections with others. Those are the ones that win, because those are the ones that see long term. It's not just about the attention, it's about the connection. The connection matters. And if you will send an email to somebody, and if you will reach out to them and build a connection with them, you will gain so much more. You will win big picture stuff. What's in this book is a process. It's the process that I went on. When I changed from doing this to doing, hey man, I like what you're doing. I just spent a half an hour listening to your radio station, and I gotta tell you, it's awesome. What can I do to be a part of what you're doing? Doesn't that make you feel better to know that what you do and who you are matters? This is how you make relationships. This is what's in this book. If you're a musician, you gain a lot from it. If you're a creator, you gain a lot from it. If you're a business person, you gain a lot from it. Because the book within the book, I'm very big on that. The book within the book is relationships matter. Networks are determine your value, determine your growth, and determine your success. And that's what this is about. On your tables are cards that have information on how you can get them. And yes, there's a typo on it. And yes, I had fun with the typo, because that's what we have to do. So I challenge you with this. You can seek attention, and you can gain it. Or you can seek a friend and gain so much more. Mr. Toastmaster.